because they're fucking not. Democrats already have a problem with people thinking that they are not the common sense crowd. And then when they see, the Chapel Roans and the Billie Eilishes of the world who don't act like normal people, and then whatever they're saying just strikes everybody in America who's a normal person as, oh God,
all right,
here's more of this stuff where you can't relate to a real life. Like, there's a reason why we sometimes separate boys and girls. Boy Scouts now have girls in them. I think this is ridiculous. It's called the Boy Scouts. Do you have to always be fucking stupidly counterintuitive about everything? Girls, they also need time when they're just with girls because they can't be around these knuckleheads.
Yeah.
You look like you're angry about this.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just trying to think about it. And I'm like, this is really what I try to do. I try not to get angry about these things, Bill.
Kind of assholes who live here amongst us, the kind of super woke people, they live to have themselves thought of as the good people, as the social justice warriors. So they're always looking for some new marginalized people.
Bill Maher is once again drawing attention to issues that many people believe were overlooked during the recently concluded Oscars. While some viewers expected certain actors, directors, and producers to receive awards that seemed designed to satisfy progressive audiences, Maher believes a larger issue is developing beneath the surface. During a recent episode of Club Random, he used the opportunity to criticize both Hollywood and the Democratic Party, and his remarks were unusually direct. According to Maher, the entertainment industry may be heading toward a major turning point that many people are failing to recognize.
Don't strike people as normal because they're fucking not. Democrats already have a problem with people thinking that they are not the common sense crowd. And then when they see, the Chapel Roans and the Billie Eilishes of the world who don't act like normal people, and then whatever they're saying just strikes everybody in America who's a normal person as, oh God,
all right,
here's more of this stuff where you can't relate to a real life. And of course, there was comedy in there about it's so easy to show celebrities acting crazy, like giving Kanye a school.
I went to a Kamala Harris rally. My wife and I donated to the campaign.
Maher also criticized Democrats for relying too heavily on celebrity endorsements, arguing that famous figures are increasingly disconnected from the realities faced by ordinary Americans. Celebrities often live in a world far removed from everyday financial pressures, public safety concerns, and cultural challenges. As a result, many voters no longer see them as credible voices on important issues. Maher pointed to Emma Watson as an example, referencing her support for allowing biological males who identify as women to use women's bathrooms. He argued that such positions are easier to promote when a person rarely experiences public spaces in the same way as average citizens. Protected by wealth, security, and privilege, celebrities often avoid the situations they comment on, which contributes to growing public skepticism toward their
Harris rally. My wife and I donated to the campaign.
Oof.
And Megan Thee Stallion played. And that was pretty fucking epic, Bill, if you were there. I mean, it really invigorated, excitement,
It really invigorated the people who are already going to vote for her anyway. That's who invigorated.
There is no correct, Bill. There is no correct.
You can jerk each other off all day long. Kamala Harris lost all 7 swing states. She went 0 for 7 where the election was. That's not, you have to almost try to fuck up that badly. As I've said many times, they lost a crazy contest against a crazy person. So, you do you vote for who you want, you believe what you want. I'm friends with everybody.
According to Maher, the Democratic Party's strategy of surrounding Kamala Harris with celebrity supporters ultimately failed because it did little to influence undecided voters. Most people attending high-profile campaign events featuring entertainers were already committed Democratic voters before arriving. Rather than expanding support, these events mainly reinforced existing beliefs. Maher argues that Democrats should focus less on celebrity culture and more on connecting with average Americans. He believes the party would benefit from promoting voices that appear authentic, practical, and grounded in everyday experiences. In his view, Democrats must also reduce their focus on the most vocal progressive activists and instead move closer to the political center where many independent voters are
I'm not even joking, because I'm a fan, so I'm like, oh, let's see Bill, and it's a pressure situation. They're calling your name. You're in front of all those people. Do you give a shit whether you win or lose?
Of course. I mean, you have to be some sort of a liar to say, oh no, I got all dressed up in a monkey suit and, put on makeup at 3 in the afternoon to go out to this thing and this giant traffic jam. I hated every fucking minute of it. I hated all those Emmy award shows I went to, and they would never give it to me, and they never will, and I understand why. That's okay. We don't have to go into that. But, yeah, of course you want to, because I had such a good speech, but I knew that. I did.
Give it to us. Come on. Give us a little bit.
Oh, I don't remember what it was, but I think the first thing I was going to say was, I can't believe this woke town gave me an award.
Yeah. That's why they didn't give it to you, I guess. They didn't want to
exactly why.
Maher did not receive the award, although he admits he never expected to win. After years of publicly challenging woke ideology and criticizing Hollywood's close relationship with Democratic politics, he felt the outcome was predictable. Nevertheless, after being nominated for Best Performance in Stand-Up Comedy for Television at the Golden Globe Awards, Maher openly criticized the organizers. He suggested that the same ideological influences he frequently discusses may also be shaping award decisions. For Maher, this situation reflects a broader problem within the entertainment industry, where political alignment increasingly appears to matter as much as talent or achievement. He believes this trend risks alienating audiences who simply want entertainment without political message.
There's a reason why we sometimes separate boys and girls. Boy Scouts now have girls in them. I think this is ridiculous. It's called the Boy Scouts. Do you have to always be fucking stupidly counterintuitive about everything? Girls, they also need time when they're just with girls, because they can't be around these knuckleheads.
Yeah.
You look like you're angry about this.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just trying to think about it, and I'm like, this is really what I try to do. I try not to get angry about these things, Bill, okay?
Maher continues to challenge what he sees as changing cultural attitudes toward masculinity. He argues that traditional male characteristics have increasingly been portrayed in a negative light, causing many men to question aspects of their identity. According to Maher, some people now feel pressure to distance themselves from masculinity altogether. He points to organizations such as the Boy Scouts of America and criticizes decisions that have opened traditionally male spaces to girls. In his view, these changes are often presented as inclusion, but may also weaken institutions that were originally designed to serve boys. Maher believes these developments illustrate a larger cultural shift that deserves closer examination.
What I was thinking was, why would they do that? And maybe it's to take away stigma of gender. I don't know.
I'll tell you why, Jerry, they do it. Because the kind of assholes who live here amongst us, the kind of super woke people, they live to have themselves thought of as the good people, as the social justice warriors. So they're always looking for some new marginalized people to champion. And of course, the very thought of it is noble, and I get it, and I'm an old school liberal.
100%.
We've always been there for this.
100%.
And they take it just 10 subway stops too far
100%.
to places where it's just about making them.
Maher also argues that much of the modern woke movement is driven less by problem solving and more by public signaling. According to him, many activists are motivated by the desire to demonstrate moral superiority rather than achieve meaningful change. He suggests that social approval, recognition, and validation have become powerful incentives within certain political and cultural circles. As a result, increasingly dramatic positions often receive the most attention and praise. Maher believes this environment encourages performance over sincerity and rewards symbolism more than practical solutions. In his view, these dynamics contribute to social division and undermine the goals that activists claim to support.
Doing something, and you know what? You're not Rosa Parks. You're not anybody who's doing anything. You're just like trying to be this sort of social justice warrior. And there's no war that needs to happen here. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, there's no hate crime happening. Okay, it's just about the way it really is with boys and girls.
I think I can speak on this as someone who has two 17-year-old girls here in Los Angeles.
Maher believes much of the outrage surrounding certain cultural issues is disproportionate to the actual problems involved. He asks what specific crisis justified major changes to long-standing institutions. Organizations such as the Girl Guides and the Boy Scouts of America historically served different purposes while existing side by side. Critics of recent changes argue that these institutions were functioning effectively and did not require significant restructuring. From this perspective, some reforms appear driven more by activism than by demonstrated need. Maher suggests that when changes occur without broad public agreement about the underlying problem, people naturally begin to question the motivation behind
the woke people, that they are their own worst enemies with so much of this shit. You're talking about your boyfriend, Mamdami, in New York. A lot. I don't know what the tally.
My boyfriend, but
yeah, I don't know what the tally
casually
is.
seeing each other.
I don't know what the tally is now, but it's in the at least high teens of homeless people who have died in the freezing, because it's just not the policy of the woke to ever think that we could like forcibly get people off the street, which is what we used to think.
Right.
Old school
there were vagrancy
liberals.
laws. When I was younger, there was
no
vagrancy.
It was what we thought was compassionate, to not be sleeping in fucking 0-degree weather on the sidewalk, as opposed to their, protecting them like they're some sort of endangered species in their natural habitat. So I only bring this up today, analogous to, and I could name 10 things, and I don't want to because I don't want this to be so political.
Maher also extends his criticism to political leaders handling homelessness, including Gavin Newsom, whom he has often praised in the past. He notes that many people once supported efforts to remove individuals from dangerous street conditions, even when those interventions occurred against a person's wishes. Supporters viewed such policies as compassionate attempts to protect vulnerable people from crime, addiction, and harsh living conditions. However, those approaches face criticism from progressive activists who considered them coercive and inhumane. As policies shifted, many homeless individuals were allowed to remain on the streets under the principle of personal autonomy. Critics argue that this approach sometimes prioritizes ideology over practical outcomes and leaves vulnerable people with